So I just finished mopping our kitchen floor with this mop. Let me tell you what's really cool about the mop. So first thing, there's a lot of attention to detail that went into the manufacturing of this. One cool thing is this handle. It's on the side here, but it's perfectly balanced for where the water goes. So that's really nice. So it's really easy to pick up and move. Another thing, this head, when you're ready to put it in here, it just snaps into place. It's got like a spring, or I don't know if it has magnets, but it snaps into place when you're ready to go. That's really nice. And then when you need to put it in, it's really easy to do, and you can clean the brush as you put it in the clean water like this. So every time you mop, you're mopping with pretty clean water. And then when you put it in here to dry, the first time I went over the whole kitchen, I just did this once, and it's still pretty moist, and so I was able to mop really well. And then after I mopped the whole kitchen floor, I just did this a bunch of times. I got all the water out of it. It's still moist, but it's mostly dry. I did one pass over the kitchen floor, and now the whole kitchen floor is already dry. So you don't have to worry about having a wet kitchen floor for a long time. This mop is really cool. You can see how long the handle is. You can really reach just about anywhere. I think probably my favorite thing about it is just that these pads come off. It's just Velcro. You get a few pads with the set, and then you can put it in the wash. I don't like the replaceable pads because when you're out, sometimes you forget to go to the store and get replacements. I don't like having to do that. It's nice that you can just throw these in the wash. So this is how the mop comes. It's just this single bucket, and you can see that all the poles are inside here, and then the mop head is right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the poles together and show you how this works. So this is the mop head, and you can see the pole can move any way, so you can kind of move it at any angle, and that's really nice. And you can get down low as well. This attachment just goes on like this, and then when you put this down here, it locks it into place. So this is not going to come out now, and you just fill it with clean water here on this side. Here's the mop head, and it just sticks into place with Velcro, so it's really nice and easy. You can throw this in the wash. It also comes with a couple other replacement mop heads. So I'm just filling it up with hot water, and I'm using a bit of dish soap just because that's the quickest and easiest for me, and I am lazy. So you'll notice how tall the mop is. So that's kind of nice because you can reach really far with this. That's cool. Another cool thing about this is the handle. You'll see the handle's on the side here, but it's perfectly balanced when you have the water on the wash side. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the mop in. So I'm going to get it in the wash side to get it wet. Just going to leave it here for a bit. This is the first time using this head, so we'll get it a little bit wet. You can go up and down to make sure everything is off of it. And then, yeah, so it's totally wet now. So I'm going to go on the dry side. Oh, and you can see all the water running off of it. So here's a bit more of a close-up of this in action. So you just go in the wash side like this. And then there's a little plastic piece, so if there's some debris or something on that, it will come off there. And then this is a bit narrower, so when you push it down, it's a little bit more difficult to push down. But you can see I'm getting all the water out of it. So if I do it a few times like that, so yeah, it's definitely moist, and I probably would want it a little bit more wet than this when I mop, at least the first time. But when I'm ready to dry the floor, I'd want to do it like this, and then you can dry it easily. So I'm going to go ahead and get it wet one more time and start mopping. This is cool how easy it is to turn the head whichever way you want it to go. And the way I use the mop is I kind of use it like a broom, and you can see I just kind of mop everything into a corner. So there's all the nasties that are left over. Yes, I did sweep before I mopped, and yes, I obviously did not do a great job of sweeping. But that's why you mop. The bucket is divided into two parts. Now this is where all the water goes, and when you clean the mop off, or when you dry the mop off, most of the water still goes back in here. There is some water that goes in there, but not a lot. And you can see about how dirty this is after just one mop. So when you're done, you can just dump out all the water. I like to rinse it out a little bit before I store it, but not bad. Here I have it stored in the corner, and I just left the pole as is, but if you want, you could disassemble the pole and then you could just put it in here, and so that way it could even go in a small drawer or something like that. This mop was sent to me so I could do this video review. Really happy with it. It's a great mop, very nice, very easy to use, really cool mop.